A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular session, I'm going to be talking about this message for the collective. It says that let them feel guilty. Let them feel guilty, but you put in your 100% effort. You give your best and they will be the ones to feel guilty. Let me now go further and explain this collective message for everyone. It should hopefully help a lot of people who have done many things in their relationships. They've made many efforts in their relationships, but things have not worked out the way they wanted to work. Let me explain what this message is all about, okay? First and foremost, what are they trying to say is that some of the people who are in this community are extremely sad and disappointment, and they're disappointed that they did so much for other people or a specific person, whosoever they are thinking about, because this is not limited only to romantic relationships. It can be also observed in friendship, family members. If you are a loving person, if you have a loving heart, then you will love everyone the same way. You will not love one person less or the other person more, right? So whenever someone loves other people with a pure heart, they tend to do a lot for them. And when they do a lot for them, then obviously they feel like, I should also get something and I should also at least be treated nicely. If not that I'm getting anything in return, they should at least acknowledge or respect that I have done this for them. In the romantic situation, what's basically happening is that you did so much for a person, but they are currently programmed, they are currently brainwashed, they are in toxic energies also maybe. They cannot see what you have done for them. Right now, they cannot see what you have done for them. And secondly, even you are creating a reality, because reality basically gets fodder, basically gets the content or the ingredients to create the content from whatever we have been saying, thinking and doing. So if in your thoughts you are not able to get out of the fact, maybe it's a fact, maybe it's a perception, we don't know, but you feel strongly that you did a lot for them, you gave them all your love, affection, support, kindness, acceptance, understanding, maybe other things also. Maybe you help them financially also. Actually, emotions are the most important thing, right? But all they do to you is misunderstand you, betray you, break your heart, not see anything else other than their own notion, which may not be even correct, fully correct. So what will happen to them is, if your love is true, if your goodness is true, if you, whatever you said and did at that time, maybe you said some things that they did not like, they found you to be very mean and rude person, and actually you're not a diplomatic person, you're not a fake person, you don't like to please people unnecessarily, so you spoke certain things about them. And maybe certain things you spoke about them as a well-wisher. Everything happens in this journey based on divine timing. So if other people cannot see your goodness and your niceness, then you don't have to really expect from them. You can even tell them the truth. Like, hey, you know what? This is the truth. If you have the opportunity, you can tell them the truth. That this is the truth and this is the situation. And in some ways, you can even warn them if you feel that they're in bad company. The type of people who don't care for them in reality and they're just using them. Selfish people they have chosen, they don't understand it. Maybe they chose the selfish people also or the bad people also so that they can also learn a lesson through them. So we don't know why God has put them into a place like that. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. But the problem with most people is they feel very strongly, they feel that only my pain is the biggest. They have still not gone deeply within themselves. They still need to do inner work. Because when we do inner work, then we understand what pain is real and what pain is not real. In some people's cases, they look like they are very sad. They look like victims, but they may not be. Necessarily, they may not be a victim. They could also be covert narcissists, because covert narcissists are extremely manipulative, very smart in terms of making other people believe that they are a victim, they are very sad, they are very much, in pain. And sometimes the covert narcissists are not even malignant, which means that they themselves don't know that they are doing this. But it's very difficult to heal them. Because when they constantly keep thinking, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, they may not be also. Still they are assuming. And they are acting it out. Like an actor, they are acting the pain out. But they are actually not in so much pain. So those who really genuinely love you, if things are not working out between you and that person, in that case also, if they want a break, for example, there can be couple of situations that will be applied to this particular message. One is they leave you for someone else. Two is that they misunderstand you. They put some blame on you. They start hating you for something that maybe you did or maybe you did not, but they understood in a very negative way. Okay. And another situation is maybe they genuinely need a break. Maybe they are going through some mental trauma or some painful thought, maybe some bad health problem, or maybe some bad habit pattern, right? There are many such things that can happen where you could be feeling that they have not understood my effort, they have not realized or even acknowledged. So what source is saying to all those people? Even you can say, in the twin flame ascension journey, the separation phase, when the separation phase happens, many people are upset that the other person treated them so horribly, so badly. In some cases, it's very much possible that the person you were involved with could come back to you. They would change themselves, they would renew themselves. In many cases, it can happen, and in many cases, it doesn't happen. In many cases, they're also just the catalyst, they are the false twins, or they are the karmic. It doesn't matter whether they come back or not, or they talk to you or not, because you are already over them and you learn the lesson. You understand, okay, this person was sent to me so that I could connect the dots. You stop feeling anything for that person. It's just not possible to go back to that feeling. And in some cases, a completely new person is meant for you. All of this can happen. The twin flame can happen. It's not necessary always twin flame only will be your life partner. People need to understand that they have created some hard and fast rules about the twin flame journey purely because of some other people misguiding them, or they have attracted those people because they themselves have the energy of misguidance. Right? When you attract the truth speakers, when you attract people who are lover of truth, when you attract people who are giving you the correct guidance, it means that in your system also the correct guidance is awakening. It means that your intuition is awakening and your intuition has connected you with these messages. So when the intuition is not ready, you'll have ego problems, you'll be complaining all the time, you will not be doing inner work, you'll be upset, you'll be like over emotional, dramatic, right? And you will be always thinking about the wrong people, about the wrong person all day long, giving your energy, your precious energy to others who don't even respect your presence, love, or maybe in some cases your authority. No matter what your situation is, we don't know it yet. It's not a personal session that we can give you such in-depth information, because in personal session the situation is more customized, right? In a collective reading, we have messages for the masses. We have messages for more and more people, and the messages are not purely romantic in nature. It could also be your family members misunderstand you. They don't see what you have done for them maybe, or you can't relate with them, you can't connect with them. So no matter what it is, you gotta let it go. You have to believe, especially when you are truthful. If you are not truthful, If you are the person who made the mistakes in understanding what the truth is, then it can also be possible that after inner work you will realize that. After you do deeper inner work, you'll know, okay, this was actually my mistake. I misunderstood. Fine. Okay? And if you are genuine, if you are truthful, if whatever you've said and done is absolutely correct, and your pain is true, you have cried many nights because of that pain, or even if you cry one night, even if you cry 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if the tears are genuine, they always have an impact in the scheme of universe. So then they will be the ones to feel guilty and bad if they have done bad to you. That's the message. If you have loved them with all your heart and soul, if you have been a pure person, even if your situation was bad, you didn't have the money, or you didn't have proper health, or you did not have supportive people, no matter what it was, you still went ahead and you did whatever you could. In some cases, it's even sexuality that people demand. Okay, you should make out with me, we are in a relationship. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But then it matters to everybody, right? If you get intimate with someone, if you get close with someone, it will matter to you. Unless, you're into one night stands or flings, then it may not matter as much as it would matter to a person who takes this thing as a very private thing and keeps it in high regard, that I don't do it with every person. And what's the point of doing it? Some people even say that a relationship should not be based on only sex or sexual relationships. Relationship is a amalgamation of everything. Everything. You should feel like your partner is your best friend or someone you can talk to. And it's not like you won't have discord or you won't have any fights or arguments. If there are deeper wounds, if there are bigger pains that have not been addressed, that have not been talked about, that have not been clarified, then in that case, what you need to do is, you need to let it go. You need to let it all go. And have that much faith, enough faith, that it will be taken care of. I'll do my inner work. You won't even get to know about a lot of things that are supposed to happen in a day. Everything will become happenstance for you because you're no longer the doer. God will make it happen, or source, or whatever name you want to give. Your masters, your grandmasters, your spirit guides, the council of elders, the watchers, benevolent ETs, whosoever is with you in your team, on your side, they'll make it happen. When you are in very high vibes, then most of the times everything will happen on its own. You'll just be an observer. First, you have to practice how to be an observer. Every second day you have to give it time. Every time, sometimes every moment you have to be aware. But once you start practicing, once you're devoted, because ascension journey is for devotional people. In Hindi we call it Bhakti Marg, the path of devotion. I don't think it's for people who are extremely intellectual. It's not for intellectual entertainment, because whosoever grows in this journey, they grow because of practical experience. They know about it, they hear about things, they do the theory, and then with practical experience they go ahead in life. Okay? So this is the very important message actually. If anyone is going through this emotion, and sometimes I think this emotion also has this anger and frustration. There is also towards God, they feel that, why did you put me in this situation? Well, later on, when you heal, you will thank God for putting you in that situation in the first place. So you would not have to go back to people. They'll walk up to you. Sometimes people have walked up to me after 20 years also, after 10 years also. It was highly unbelievable that they would walk up to me again after so long, after so much time has passed by, and they'll fix it. They'll try to fix it out. They'll apologize if it's needed. You may not even feel the need of apology, and they will do it. You may not even feel the need for a confession, but they'll do it. Whatever was due, whatever was left undone, that will be completed. Or else new people will come in your life who will take the lead, who will take your inner work forward along with them, and you don't have to depend on them. They will come in your life when you are ready for it. When you have detached yourself completely from the desire. For personal situations and therapies, you can check out the description box and you can write to me at the sunamoon@gmail.com. You can support my content on Patreon and there are various memberships. You can actually choose what you want to go ahead with. I have not actually spent any time to explain the Patreon thing. There are 4 plans basically. One is a basic plan where you just continue to support for the content that I'm making on a regular basis, on a daily basis, whatever hard work I do, whatever effort I put. If you like that, if anyone likes that, they can, at a very low cost, they can contribute towards the content. Second is, if you want a Zoom class, it has been really difficult to actually come up with the Zoom class because the number of people are very less. And I don't know why this happens. Maybe it will change. I have a strong feeling it will change. But people used to write to me on and off that, we are willing to pay a lower amount if you could do a group class for us. We will be very happy. We cannot afford a whole session because some people are the root chakra energies are very unhealed. So they don't have a proper job. They don't have even the basics. They have to basically either live with other people. They have to expect from other people to help them out. They could be getting some benefits which may not be enough for them, so on and so forth. It can also happen to those people who have a lot of money, but they don't do what they love. They're not making the money out of what they love. So there is always some kind of a pain and there is an insecurity that if I don't do this work, if I don't do this job, I won't be able to survive. So we don't want anybody in the ascension journey to just survive. We want people to thrive. We want people to enjoy. And it's not also about earning huge amounts of money, like millions of dollars, billions of, no. Making too much money or being very poor, both are mental disorders. These are mind sicknesses. There is Rising from the Ashes, which I'm working on. It's a fantastic, mind-blowing story that I'm working on. Another book that I'm working on is Truth of Twin Flames, which I've already spoken about. So you can contribute in all these sections. If you contribute for Rising from the Ashes and Truth of Twin Flames, then you're also eligible to get the first free digital copy of it. Whenever the digital copy is out, you'll be the ones to receive it. And at the same time, you'll keep on getting content from that area, like what all has been written, what all has been done, right from audios to other interesting things. I'm also planning to come up with merchandise. So there's a whole lot of things that can happen on Patreon also, by which you support also and you also enjoy the content. And all the stuff that is over there is all niche. It's not for everyone. It's not for the whole world because Twin Flame Ascension is not for the whole world. It's for a certain number of people. Not so many people are into Ascension. But yes, if you compare it, before 2020 and after 2020 is a completely different world for those who have stepped out from the three-dimensional reality. You can also get my book In the Name of Love from Amazon Kindle, not the paperback. You must get this book. You must read this book because it's a journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. Isn't that the journey that you're on? Imagine you're working on finding your ultimate soulmate, which means ultimate means there's nothing else. You know everything now. You figured it out practically, theoretically. You are on to something now. On to something which is like towards the final thing, the final culmination. So on this note, I'll close this session. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please do write to me once you book a session or a therapy. Let me know at thesunamoon@gmail.com. And kindly do not share Twin Flame Journey in advance with me because we use spiritual modalities to get the most honest and solution-oriented answers. One love and peace out and Jai Shri Ram.